Welcome to Ready Set Crypto. This is your brain on blockchain. So, there are two circles in your life. In one circle is everything you spend time thinking about. This is your circle of concern. And in the other is everything you can actually influence. This is called your circle of control. Now, many people concern themselves far too much with things they cannot hope to control. The weather, traffic, the economy, the opinions of others, and all that endless noise we are barraged with every day. But instead, we can choose a course of action based on what is in our circle of control, what we learn, how we eat, how we exercise, how we spend, how we save, and how we better ourselves. So today, with enormous amounts of uncertainty and panic, we can choose a course of action based around our circle of control rather than a circle of concern. And certainly this is something that can be influenced if we understand history. If you look back at every major downturn for the last 50 years, nobody ever regrets making fast and decisive adjustments to changing circumstances. In downturns, revenue and cash levels always fall faster than expenses. In some ways, business mirrors biology. As Darwin surmised, those who survive are not the strongest or the most intelligent, but the most adaptable to change. Adapting to change must be within our circle of control if we are to have the odds in our favor. And so, let's emphasize the most important message you won't see enough of today. Don't panic. Fear is the natural response to the unknown and the uncertain, and change that is too fast can bring a large amount of fear. Whether from a biological perspective or from an economic perspective, it's clear that the world has changed very fast and with very little indication of where it's going. And yet, this needs repeating. The world is not going to end. This is not the end of the human race or the global economy. However, hopefully I can help you see that a version of the world is ending. The old economy, the old relationships, the old notions of what is safe and what is risky, and many other aspects that were relevant are simply irrelevant now. And that's why I believe that those that try to dismiss or rationalize by comparing coronavirus to previous pandemics, or the ongoing economic crash to previous market destabilization, are missing the larger points at play. The world is now entering a period of intense flux, radical change, and the titanic shifting of old paradigms. And simply, where we go from here is truly beyond anyone's comprehension. But as we discussed regarding our circle of control, we need only concern ourselves with what is relevant to what we can control. We choose how to control our own actions in times of uncertainty and change, rather than letting change control us. I firmly believe that those who invest in the future will inherit it. Those that seek opportunity in chaos will find it. And those who anticipate the survivors will thrive with them. Fill your circle of concern with questions not being asked right now, such as, where is the opportunity and how do I play it? Virtually no one in the media is discussing it at all. There's been no focus of any kind on the flip side here, and yet it sits there staring you in the face. The market is almost guaranteed to go much higher or lower over the next several months, reflective of the wavering fears infecting investors right now. And truly, investor emotions are only the tip of the dark iceberg off our port bow. If we look at things holistically, it's clear we'll be picking up the pieces long after a vaccine comes out, because economically, we've gone off the rails. Here's the important thing. The pandemic narrative made the market conditions worse, turning a scare into a panic by pairing illiquidity with extreme fear. The biological virus turned into an emotional virus that turned into an economic virus, spreading across the world just as Corona has. And in turn, this has led to supply-side issues, which lead to earnings issues, which then turn into market issues that lead to monetary policy issues. Or rather, we've had an issue with monetary policy that has allowed the system to balloon to unreasonable expectations, and coronavirus could truly be the pin that pops it, even if indirectly. We now have the recipe for a recession that can be transmitted between economies via an already slowed global trading system. A domino effect around the world that will get worse with every business forced to close. And let's not forget that for consumers, cash is pretty hard to transact when you can't leave your domicile to spend it. And it's being inflated at the same time. We're seeing venues closed around the world. Sports games are being played to empty stadiums. Airline revenue has gone through the floor. The Baltic Dry Index is at a 4-year low. And the coronavirus is forcing employees to work from home more. Some may never go back to the office. And as you stay at home more, you tend to watch more Netflix, you tend to order more off of Amazon, you tend to order more delivery. As consumers shift their demands to digital delivery and e-commerce, we would do well to anticipate that societal trend and potentially the start to a new digital economy. As this new digital economy sees an upswing, let's not discount this increase in demand for a digitally native currency. More demand is in place for a currency built for and by the internet. As nations around the world struggle to keep their economies afloat, more and more demand is shifted towards a currency beyond borders. We would do very well to see this as the beginning of a new age in technological adoption, and as consumer trends demand more of a digital economy. Certainly, it's possible for the coronavirus to repeat history and recede into insignificance within a year, but I think let's not also discount all the changes, both economic and societal, that have already been put into motion. Importantly, it doesn't end here. This is the new normal. So let's hear your thoughts. How are you responding to the markets in 2020? How are you crafting your investment strategy? And how are you relating that to your circle of control? As always, thank you so much for watching. And be sure to head over to readysetcrypto.com because on our Discord and in our newsletter, we've been discussing this thoroughly about how we're anticipating the markets to move and how we're going to react to them. It's an exciting time for those that seek opportunity rather than succumb to fear. So I hope you'll join us. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.